Welcome to 6 Gun Guitars Luthier Lessons. On this video we're going to continue the French polishing tutorial here. I'm going to give you a quick sneak preview of what the results are going to look like. This has a couple little dings on it from hanging out in the shop, but start out with just a piece of mahogany, and that's what the final French polish looks like. There's a lot of sheen to it. You might be able to see some reflection in it. It's a little bit hard just because of the lighting in here, but it has a wonderful look to it. It's nice and it's smooth. It has a little bit of tack. It's a little, it almost feels like a surface finish. I mean, it is a surface finish, but it doesn't have the same plasticky feel that some of the other ones do. But this guy right here is a French polish, and again, basic board, and then board with a French polish. What I'm going to show you how to do now is how to make the rubber. The rubber or the pad, there's a lot of different ways that people call it. Some call it a muneca. It's essentially the tool that you're going to be using to apply the shellac. And what it is it's a piece of cotton cloth wrapped around either a little ball of wool or another little piece of cotton cloth that's kind of balled up. And what it does is it just becomes this little rubber, and you use it to apply your French polish and to actually lay the shellac down in layers. So I'll take you over to the bench now and show you how to do that. Like I said, the only thing you're going to need, I've been using cotton and cotton just from t-shirts, and it's been working just fine. If you have an old wool sock, some say the wool kind of holds the shellac in the reservoir a little bit better. You'll see what I mean when I show you how to build it. But cotton and cotton is the way that I'm going to do it, and again, it's t-shirts, cotton rags, gun cleaning patches, a lot of that stuff works really, really well. But I'll take you over to the bench, and I'll show you how to make a rubber, so we can start French polishing. What you want to do when making a rubber is take a piece of cotton cloth. This is what I've got right here, and because we're doing the back of a guitar, I want a decent sized rubber. If you're doing a table, you can make a bigger one. If you're doing something really tiny, you can make a smaller one. The biggest thing that you want to do is, you want the cloth to be clean. This one has a little bit of sawdust on it, and I'm going to shake that out before I use it. But you want the cloth to be clean, and you want your table that you're working on and everything to be clean. And the reason you want that is you don't want to introduce any foreign sawdust particles or anything like that into what you're doing. So I've got my outer cloth here, that's about 7 by 7, and then I'm going to cut another piece about the same size for my inner cloth. And what I'm going to do with this inner cloth, again keeping the sawdust particles out of it, is I'm going to fold this guy up just kind of over and over onto itself until it makes a little ball. I'm going to take this ball, drape my outer cloth over it, and my outer cloth is a little bit big in this case, but drape the outer cloth over it and pull and pull and pull until it gets tight around it to where there's no wrinkles, no creases, no anything on there. You can smack it up against your hand a few times and that'll help flatten it out. But again, you just don't want any wrinkles because you don't want to transfer that to the surface. And what's going to happen is we're going to apply the shellac and we're going to apply the alcohol to here, and we're going to run it back and forth in kind of an airplane taking off and landing kind of manner. You want to come in at an angle and go all the way off the end, and come in at an angle and go all the way off the other end, just back and forth nice and easy. And I'll demonstrate this when we actually start doing it. This one we're going to use for doing the pumice, and what that's going to do is it's going to help us fill the grain first. But that's how you make your rubber. Again, cut about a 5 by 5 or 7 by 7 piece of cloth. I could actually use a little bit bigger central cloth on this one if I want, just because we're going to be doing the guitar. But like I said, for the pumicing, I like a little bit smaller one. But I could even take this big piece that's over here, ball that up, and wrap this around and have a larger rubber, so that way I can get a little bit more bang for the buck, so to speak. But I mean, French polishing is a slow, tedious process. So it's one of those things where you can make the rubber a little bit bigger, but you're really not going to save a whole ton of time. So get settled in for a long procedure, but also, too, for a really, really great finish when you're done. And when you hold on to this, you can kind of twist it and hang on to it with a pinky finger, and that way you can just grab the ball end of it, and then you can do all of your actual polish application with that. If you have any questions about making the rubber, just shoot me an email, 6gunguitars@gmail.com.